Hey guys, let me ask you something and be honest with yourself for a second. Have you ever opened Netflix, scrolled for 20 minutes straight, looked at dozens of shows, and then just closed the app without watching anything? Or even worse, you finally pick something, you start watching, but halfway through there's this quiet voice in your head saying, "What if there's something better?" That feeling. It's not because you're indecisive. It's not because you're too picky. It's because your brain is overloaded. From a very young age, we're taught something that sounds completely logical. The more choices you have, the more freedom you have. More options, more opportunities, a better life. Sounds great, right? But here's the problem. Your brain doesn't actually work that way. In reality, the more choices you have, the more anxious you feel, the more you doubt yourself, and the less satisfied you become even when you make a good decision. The paradox of choice. There's a concept in psychology called the paradox of choice, and it's simple but uncomfortable. When you have too many options, your brain doesn't feel free. It feels pressure. It feels weight. Research shows that as the number of choices increases, your ability to make a good decision doesn't improve. It actually decreases. Because at that point, you're no longer just choosing. You start calculating, comparing everything, imagining every possible outcome, trying to predict the future. And here's the issue. Your brain was never designed to handle that level of complexity at scale. Two systems in your brain. Your brain operates on two systems. System 1 is fast, automatic, emotional. System 2 is slow, logical, effortful, and very expensive in terms of energy. When you choose between two meals, System 1 handles it easily. Quick, light, no pressure. But when you're faced with 50 options, System 2 takes over. And that's when everything starts to feel heavy. Because System 2 burns energy. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more tired it gets. The cost of thinking. Your brain is designed to conserve energy at all costs. So when it's forced to analyze too much information, it starts to shut down. And when your brain is tired, it doesn't make better decisions. It does one of three things. It picks randomly, it delays the decision, or it avoids choosing entirely. That's why you keep scrolling, keep hesitating, keep getting stuck. Not because you're lazy, but because you're cognitively overloaded. The illusion of the perfect choice. But this is where it gets dangerous. When you have more options, you start believing something without realizing it. There must be a perfect choice. And once you believe that, every decision becomes a problem to optimize. You're no longer choosing what's good. You're trying to avoid being wrong. And that makes you afraid to choose at all. Regret. The hidden trap. The more choices you have, the more alternatives you're leaving behind. And your brain has a very annoying habit. It keeps imagining what could have happened instead. You start thinking, what if I picked the other one? Maybe that would have been better. And suddenly, even if you made a good choice, it doesn't feel like it. That's the trap. More choices don't make you happier. They make you regret more. Expectation, the silent killer. When you have too many options, your expectations rise without you noticing. Your brain starts thinking, with this many choices, there has to be a perfect one. So now, you're not looking for something that's good enough. You're looking for something perfect. But perfect doesn't exist. So even when you choose something great, it still feels lacking. Not because your decision was wrong, but because your expectation was unrealistic. Your brain is outdated. Your brain wasn't designed for modern life. It was designed to survive. Thousands of years ago, more choices meant more danger. Choosing wrong could literally get you killed. So your brain evolved to be cautious, to hesitate, to analyze. And now, you're living in a world with endless options, but running on the same ancient system, the modern trap. Today, you're not just choosing what to eat. You're choosing your career, your relationships, your lifestyle, your identity. Every decision feels like it defines who you are. And that's why you're afraid of making the wrong one, to the point where doing nothing feels safer. The real problem. Here's the truth. The problem isn't having too many choices. The problem is believing that there is a perfect one. Once you believe that, every decision becomes pressure. You stop living. You start trying to optimize your entire life. But your brain was never built to optimize. It was built to survive with good enough. The way out. You don't need fewer choices. You need a different mindset. Stop asking, what's the best option? Start asking, what's good enough for me right now? And accept something most people avoid. Every choice comes with trade-offs. Ending. At the end of the day, your brain isn't broken. It's just running an old operating system in a world that changed too fast. So next time you feel stuck, remember this. You don't need more options. You need fewer expectations. Because freedom isn't having everything. It's being able to stop and choose one thing. Thanks for listening, guys. If this hit a little too close to home, you're not the only one dealing with it. And if you found this helpful, stick around. We've got more videos breaking down how your mind really works and how to stop it from working against you. See you in the next one.